So actually, I have very few slides and very few key important points I wish to bring to your notice. Citizen, what I mean is those illiterate and semi-literate masses who are really unreached, and also in the rural and tribal and far-off areas. They now, digital inclusion, digital services or citizen-centric services should target these, because those who are literate, those who can have effort to have a broadband connectivity, whether we push a service or not, they will pull through the channels, whatever, and resources, whatever they have. So what actually ideal service delivery mechanism should aim at is in the real-time in situ, with real-time in situ service with minimum infrastructure and without any preconditions. Proactively it should render services, because for most of the information, actually the certification or whatever may be, most of the information government is giving, for example, birth certificate, death certificate, or residency certificate, or whatever. So many certificates, actually government is the source of information. So at any point of time, at various events, government should not ask from citizens again and again the same certificate. So now technology is available for the government to refer to the data what it is having. So it need not ask again and again. Now in case if they have an Aadhaar card, so based on the biometrics, a citizen in a remote rural area can present his biometrics. Based on the biometrics, the government can find out the entitlements and can render the services whatever he or she is entitled to proactively. That means in a rural area, if a woman actually, if she wish, she may not be aware what the immunization schedules of the child, her baby. So government means the system should proactively render, see, this is the immunization schedule, and it should alert the local ASHA worker or the ANM, so that to the particular doorstep she will go and render that particular immunization service, or whatever may be other education or sensitization or nutritional supplement programs. So we should aim at programs in such a way, and we are trying to do in collaboration with various ministries like Women and Child Welfare, Health, and rural development and others. So some of the initiatives what we have done, actually we got some awards also. So here I feel the ideal system should take into consideration the last mile problems. So most of the rural areas do not have proper connectivity that we should take into consideration. Our system should work even in the presence of least weak signals also. So if it is a voice, 60 to 80% of the signal strength is required. If it is a text, only 30% of the signal strength is sufficient. So that's what I mean to say. Another is HR empowerment. Whatever system we develop, we should involve the common man who is actually on the ground, and involving a common man means empowering him should happen within 5 minutes. That means that whatever system I deliver to him, he should be able to understand, consume and use it. But training time should not be more than 15 minutes. If it is more than 15 minutes, it will be too complicated and they will not try to learn, and we require additional support system. So it should be so user-friendly, even a semi-literate or illiterate also should be able to use. So that's what I mean to say. Now, least overheads should be there. Otherwise, it will not be sustainable. And least cost in the field also, it should not cost much. It should be very much affordable. If it is even a rural delivery model, if it is a gadget, if it is 30,000 or something like that, then it is, or even 10,000 plus also, it is not going to be of much use, because where cost-effective, cheaper solutions are there. And it should also, performance should be high, scalability should be high, because what we are actually having is some of in the peak time, for example, the scholarship 31st was last date, in a day 2 lakh applications we received in the last date. So in India, in 1 hour, we should aim at scalability of 1 lakh hits. If we can sustain that, then so whenever we roll out a model at national level, we should aim at that sort of scalability and concurrency. And renewable energy, actually, as my predecessor has rightly mentioned, energy is a big problem. We don't have perennial supply of energy. So most of the states have peak load deficiency. So we should promote renewable, not only the photovoltaic, even other modes also we should try to use, even mechanical. For example, a handheld gadgets can be charged with mechanical by rotating or pedaling XYZ. Such models are also there. So a person in the village, a kiosk, can be energized by pedaling a cycle. So that type of models are also there. We should try to promote, and handheld mobile charger also is there. So these type of things are already there in the market, and we should try to promote and consume, so that our dependency on the grid power will be minimum. Another is green computing. See, we should also try to promote, because virtualization of data centers is a must. Virtualization of the hardware resources at the data center also is a must. Otherwise, the data centers energy consumption requirements are increasing. If it is a thin blade, then its energy it may consume less, but the heat it may dissipate more. So again, you have to cool it. So it is not going to be cost effective. So virtualization is another important on the servers, on the data center side. So whatever we do, it should be also very much secure, because some of the applications, though we may target inclusion of a semi-literate or illiterate, what is actually happening is, though they are illiterate or semi-literate, if there are any vulnerabilities, quickly they are trying to exploit those. So we should also ensure application should be totally secure. So for example, there was an example where whether a place is being cleaned or not, they are actually sending through mobile, they are sending a photograph, a dustbin. Photograph has been sent, and the GPS location, the time stamping is also done. So whether it has been cleaned or uncleaned, we'll be able to know. So what actually happening is the person is trying to load from the mobile the previous photo, which is already cleaned message only. So they have to work out a mechanism unless the person goes there, and unless he goes to that particular GPS location, that application cannot get activated. This is one of the examples. What I mean to say is secure, and it should be tamper-proof. This type of solutions we should work out. And also e-waste is another important thing. This plastic is recycling is very, very costly. So we should try to also try to maximize the available resources even at the last mile also, and so as to avoid and reduce the e-waste. So these are the features of ideal delivery model, citizen-centric, I feel. So thank you for giving me this opportunity.